What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to MV Treasures NH Case Breaks. I'm Matt here, joined with Steve, and today we are going to be opening two more vending boxes, 1984 vending to be exact, baseball card exchange wrapped from a sealed case. We had a pretty good response from last week's. Thanks, Steve, for keeping the volume down. Appreciate you. Great. So we had a pretty good response from last week, so we figured we'd open it again. We had two more boxes. So thank you to everybody that's participated so far. We're excited. There are some teams still available. Those are listed in the chat. Um, $3 each. Um, so if you guys want any teams, payment information's in the chat. We're gonna give everybody a couple minutes to kind of gather in and get settled before we start opening these boxes. But while we're waiting for everybody, I'll let you guys know you guys can follow us on Facebook right here on the screen, MV Treasures NH Case Breaks, and on Instagram and Twitter at MVT NH Breaks. Links for that are also in the description on this video. I urge everybody to please follow us on at least Facebook because all the updates are available there, whether new product coming in, schedules, auction reminders, all that fun stuff. And we're hoping to do more stuff on Facebook, so stay tuned for that. There's going to be some Facebook exclusive breaks. We're going to try and do some cool stuff on Facebook. So just if you guys have it, make sure to subscribe, follow. Make sure to subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. Get the notifications for when we go live, all that fun stuff. Whether you have a team or not, we love to have you guys here chatting with us, interacting with us, because we're just sitting here opening cards. And it's good to be able to talk to you guys and get some feedback and just shoot the shit. So with that being said, guys, we'll give everybody another minute or two to kind of gather in. If you are interested in the team, just let us know in the chat. The payment information is there, so just let us know so we can verify that, and then we'll be good to go. So give everybody about another minute or so. All right, guys. Last call on teams. Anybody want a team? White Sox, Royals, Angels, Dodgers, Twins, Giants, Mariners, $3 each. This will be the last and final call. If anybody would like an additional team, going once, going twice. All right, and we're off. So I'm going to put this box over here to the side, just on the camera so you can see it. As you can see, we are baseball card exchange authenticated from a sealed case. Just to show you guys, I'm going to be ever so careful cutting this wrapper open. All right, there we have it. Give that to Steve. You know what? I'm gonna put this box actually over here because we're gonna open from the top here. Come on, there we go. Open from the top. I'm just gonna pat that down. Flip the sides here. So here are our cards. Got a 500 count. And I'm going to tear this down. Just got to be as careful as possible here. All Looks like we are free. And we're starting this off with a Hall of Famer, which is always good. I'm going to take one big stack out of here. And then I'm going to lean the next stack back. And I'm just going to go like that. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. I want to push it back further. And put those right here. And we're going to start off with...
Not a Hall of Famer, by the way.
Fred Lynn's not a Hall of Famer?
No.
Are you sure?
Sure.
All right. Steve Shore. That's a Hall of Famer. There's George Brett for the Royals.
Well, that works.
Yeah. I meant to say the second card was a Hall of Famer. If you guys see me pass anybody that is a Hall of Famer, just let me know. Here is a Orioles leader card featuring Cal Ripken and Mike Boddicker. And All-Star card for the Mets, Jesse Orosco. You want the All-Star cards, right?
Yeah.
Here's Harold Baines for the White Sox. Here's Rod Carew for the Angels. Here is a Braves leader card featuring Dale Murphy and Craig McMurtry. Tim Raines for the Expos. And we have an NL active career strikeout leaders going to the Phillies, Steve Carlton. There's a Yankees manager card of Billy Martin. And an active career RBI leader for the Angels, Reggie Jackson. And a Brewers leader card featuring Ted Simmons and Moose Haas. All right, second little stack here. Hope everybody's having a great night. Beautiful Monday night. Here's an active home run leader for the Angels of Reggie Jackson. Here's a Reds leader card featuring Ron Oster and Mario Soto. and a Mariners leading card featuring Pat Putnam and Matt Young. And here's a checklist that will be randomed off to a team at the end. All the checklists will be part of the random at the end. I'll be on random.org. I'll share my screen and all that fun stuff for you guys. Let's get that to focus a little better. There we go. Here is a Cardinals leader card featuring Lonnie Smith and John Stuper. And another checklist. And another checklist. Here is a Giants leader card featuring Jeff Leonard and Atlee Hammaker. Here is an active career ERA leader for the Orioles, Jim Palmer. And an all-star card for the Red Sox, Jim Rice. Here's an all-star card for the Yankees, Ron Guidry. Here is a 1983 strikeout leaders. This will be randomed if there is an odd number. This is between the Phillies and the Tigers, featuring Steve Carlton and Jack Morris. So if there's an odd number of these cards, they will be randomed at the end with the dice. So if anybody had any questions on that. Nope. Here is a Cubs leader card featuring Keith Moreland and Fergie Jenkins. And active career victory leaders for the Orioles, Jim Palmer. Here's a 1983 highlight card for the A's, Ricky Henderson. There's Phil Niekro for the Braves. And active career RBI leaders going to the Phillies, Tony Perez. All right. If you guys are interested in more vending box breaks, we do have some more coming up for you guys. We do have a couple boxes from 1982 featuring Cal Ripken Jr.'s rookie card. And we also have a couple from 1985 featuring the Olympic. There's Cal Ripken for the Orioles. Speaking of him, we have some 1985 vending boxes featuring Mark McGwire's rookie on the Olympic team. So that coveted USA Olympic card will be in those. There's a Joe Torre manager card for the Braves. We're hoping to get some more fun stuff in. Some more fun vintage stuff in here to break. Is a Bruce Sutter for the Cardinals. Here's a Yankees leader card featuring Don Baylor and Ron Guidry. And if you guys have been following us or are interested, this upcoming weekend, we are going to be breaking a lot of 2020 Bowman. Here's a Blue Jays leader featuring Lloyd Mosby and David Steeb. We're breaking a lot of 2020 Bowman. We got a bunch of jumbo hobby boxes that are live. Will be live on the eBay page starting tonight and tomorrow. So we're going to be breaking 2 jumbo hobby boxes on Friday. Then we have a little Saturday night special. We're going to break. There's a Jim Palmer card for the Orioles. We're going to be having 2 breaks on Saturday night. We're going to have two jumbo hobby box breaks of 2020 Bowman. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to go check that out. That's going to be super fun. There's a lot of great prospects in this year's product. Some really big hits do come out of that, so that we're really excited for that. Here's a all-star card for the Cardinals, Ozzie Smith. Here's a White Sox all-star card featuring Lamar Hoyt. All right. Here's an all-star card for the Royal, Dan Quinsbury. Here's a leader card for the A's featuring Ricky Henderson and Tim Conroy. And a Royals leader card featuring Hal McRae and Larry Gura. Here's a White Sox manager card of Tony La Russa. There's Ned Yost. Here is a 1983 earned run average leaders. This is between the Giants and the Rangers. Atlee Hammaker and Rick Honeycutt. So if we have an odd
We're
number.
just going to give it to the Rangers. The Giants weren't bought. So.
All right, so it's going to the Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay. So that answers that. Starting off the next stack here, we have an active career victory leaders going to the Phillies, Steve Carlton. And an active hit leader going to the Phillies, Pete Rose. And an active strikeout leaders for the Brewers, Don Sutton. And here's a 1983 RBI leaders featuring Dale Murphy and Cecil Cooper and Jim Rice. This will be randomed off to a team at the end. This is between the Braves, the Brewers, and the Red Sox. And here's a 1983 highlight card for the Phillies of Steve Carlton. Here's a Dodgers leader card featuring Pedro Guerrero and Bob Welch. And an Astros leader card featuring Jose Cruz and Nolan Ryan. Just want to note that there is some damage on the bottom right there, probably from the way they packed the box. Just wanted to note that. It's going to the Astros. Right, that would be from the way they just jam these cards into the box, right? Yeah.
Very rarely do you get exactly 500. If we were to count them, you'd probably be about 520.
Yeah. Here's an active career stolen base leaders going to the Yankees, Bert Campaneris.
See that same kind of mark on a lot of rack packs too.
Yeah. And an active career saves leader for the Brewers, Raleigh Fingers. And we have a leader card for the Mets featuring Mookie Wilson and Tom Seaver. Got it. That's strange. I'm looking inside the box, and there is a card laying flat down
On the
on the bottom of the box. That is, that's strange. Let's get this to focus better, and we will continue on.
Maybe that's our box topper.
That's our box topper. Here's a leader card for the Rangers, Buddy Bell and Rick Honeycutt.
It's an 85 preview guy.
Yeah, imagine. Here's a Twins leader card featuring Kent Herbeck and Ken Schramm. And an all-star card for the Orioles of Eddie Murray. There's Dave Winfield for the Yankees. And here's an all-star card for the Expos, Andre Dawson. And a checklist. And all-star card for the Phillies, Mike Schmidt. And there's another checklist. And Bruce Bochy. All right, let me just... All right. Here's an all-star card for the Phillies, Steve Carlton. There's Ted Simmons for the Brewers. Here's an all-star card for the Yankees of Dave Winfield. There's Tony Perez for the Phillies. All right. We are approaching the end of the first vending box. Just slide that back. Slide those cards there. And starting off here, we have a manager card of Frank Robinson. We have an active home run leader going to the Phillies of Mike Schmidt. And here is a 1983 highlight card featuring Johnny Bench, Gaylord Perry, and Carl Yastrzemski. This will be randomed at the end between the Reds, the Royals, and the Red Sox. Unless we somehow have 3 of them, then everybody would get 1 for having a participation trophy. Here is Eddie Murray for the Orioles. And a 1983 Victory Leaders. This will be between the Phillies and the White Sox, featuring John Denny and Lamar Hoyt. Phillies and White Sox. Here is a 1983 home run leaders between the Phillies and the Red Sox, featuring Mike Schmidt and Jim Rice. So once again, this will be randomed at the end if there is an odd amount. Here's Mike Schmidt for the Phillies. And we have a leaders card for the Red Sox featuring Wade Boggs and Bob Ojeda. Here is a Tony Gwynn second-year card for the Padres. And a manager card for the Dodgers of Tommy Lasorda. And we have an active batting leader card going to the Angels of Rod Carew. And there's a checklist for the end.
Got them all.
Yay!
Full set of checklists.
Awesome. Here is a White Sox leader card featuring Carlton Fisk and Richard Dotson. I'm just going to pull this card that's sitting on the bottom here, and I'll put them on the bottom. Okay. So coming up on the end of vending box number 1 of 2. Here's a Pirates All-Star card of Johnny Ray. There's Tommy John for the Angels, famous for creating the Tommy John surgery, or being the first one to have it, or to successfully recover, I would say. All right, last little stack of the first box. Here's an Expos All-Star card of Gary Carter. There's a Braves, Dale Murphy. This was the card that was on the bottom. So that is vending box number 1. Empty box. Throw it to the side. We're on box numero dos. Get this out of there ever so slightly. Come on. Yep. Blame Steve Hart for that one. Here's the wrapping from the second vending box. So hand that off to Steve. All right. So here's the cards right here. And I will carefully maneuver this down. Then just gotta be as careful as I can not to damage the card here. It's good that these flaps kind of protect it so I can get into this and break this glue seal. Are we broken? Looks like we're broken. Sweet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we'll take the first big chunk out of this box. And I'd like to, I don't know about that. Just leave it the way it is. If it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we are starting off the second vending box. Good luck to everybody. Here is a 1983 highlight card featuring Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, and Gaylord Perry. This will be random between the Astros, Phillies, and the Royals. Here is a Tigers leader card featuring Lou Whitaker and Jack Morris. Just get that to focus a little bit better. There we go.
The Royals were not sold, so Astros and Phillies are the same customer. So we'll give it to them.
All right, there's Bill Buckner for the Cubs. Here's an active batting leaders going to the Pirates of Bill Madlock. And 1983 batting leaders between the Pirates and the Red Sox, Bill Madlock and Wade Boggs. This will be randomed at the end if there is an odd number. Here's Goose Gossage for the Yankees. And a Bobby Cox manager card for the Blue Jays. And 1983 leading fireman between the Phillies and the Royals, Al Holland and Dan Quinsonberry
Going to the Phillies.
going to the Phillies. Here's a 1983 highlight card between the Yankees, Cardinals, and Athletics, featuring Dave Righetti, Bob Forsch, and Mike Warren.
That will be random.
Yeah. Here's a 1983 stolen base leaders between the Expos and Athletics, Tim Raines and Ricky Henderson. There's another Jim Palmer card for the Orioles. And an Indians leader card featuring Mike Hargrove and Larry Sorensen. And an Expos leader card featuring Al Oliver and Charlie Lay, or Lee, however you want to say it. Here's an all-star card for the Tigers of Lou Whitaker. And an all-star card for the Orioles of Cal Ripken. Here's an all-star card for the Expos of Steve Rogers. Willie Randolph for the Yankees. All right, starting off with the second stack of vending box number 2 is Mookie Wilson for the Mets. There's a Dale Murphy all-star card for the Braves. Here's an all-star card for the Cardinals of George Hendrick. Here's a Pirates leader card featuring Bill Madlock and Rick Rhoden. I'm not going to say his name. There's a Padres leader card featuring Terry Kennedy and Dave Dravecki. Here's a Pete Rose for the Phillies. And Mike Scioscia for the Dodgers. Here's an active career ERA leader going to the Mets, Tom Seaver. There's an all-star card for the Expos, Gary Carter. All right. All right, starting off the next stack here for the Braves, Dale Murphy. It's Fred Lynn for the Angels. George Brett for the Royals. Here's an Orioles leader card featuring Cal Ripken and Mike Boddicker. You got an all-star card for the Mets, Jesse Orosco. There's Harold Baines for the White Sox. There's Rod Carew for the Angels. And there's a leader card for the Braves featuring Dale Murphy and Craig McMurtry. And there's Tim Raines for the Expos. And we got a strikeout leaders, active career strikeout leaders for the Phillies, Steve Carlton. A Billy Martin manager card. And active career RBI leaders for the Angels, Reggie Jackson. Looks like we're approaching the halfway point of box 2. Hope everybody's enjoying the video so far. Everybody's having a great night, staying safe, staying healthy. Thank you guys for joining us. Here's a Brewers leader card featuring Ted Simmons and Moose Haas. And there's an active career home run leaders for the Angels, Reggie Jackson. Here's a Reds leader card featuring Ron Oster and Mario Soto. Here's a Mariners leader card featuring Pat Putnam and Matt Young. And a checklist. And a Cardinals leader card featuring Lonnie Smith and John Stupor. And another checklist. And another checklist. All right. Here's a Giants leader card featuring Jeff Leonard and Atlee Hammaker. Here's an active career RBI leader for the Orioles, Jim Palmer. And a Red Sox All-Star card of Jim Rice. There's a Yankees All-Star card of Ron Guidry. All right. Here's a Yankees All-Star card of Dave Winfield. There's Bert Blyleven for the Indians. There's Kirk Gibson for the Tigers. Tony Perez for the Phillies. There's a manager card of Frank Robinson. There's Tony Gwynn for the Padres. Here is an active career batting leaders for the Angels, Rod Carew. All right. Camera's going in and out of focus. This is Paul Molitor for the Brewers. Terry Francona. There's a 1983 strikeout leaders between the Phillies and the Tigers, Steve Carlton and Jack Morris. You have an upside down card. Is it a relic? No.
Short print.
Yeah, short print. Super short print. Just kidding. Here's an Ozzie Smith All-Star card for the Cardinals. Here's a George Brett All-Star card for the Royals. And there's an All-Star card for the White Sox of Lamar Hoyt. Here's Dave Winfield for the Yankees. Here's an All-Star card for the Royals of Dan Quisenberry. Here's your leader card for the Athletics with Ricky Henderson and Tim Conroy. Here is a Royals leader card featuring Hal McRae and Larry Gura. There's a Tony La Russa manager card for the White Sox. Here is a leader card for the Astros featuring Jose Cruz and Nolan Ryan. Here's a 1983 highlight card for the Royals, Dan Quisenberry. We are slowly approaching the end here. Here's Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals. There's Gary Carter for the Expos. Here's an active career save leader going to the Cardinals, Bruce Sutter. And here's a 1983 highlight card between the Astros, Phillies, and Royals. This will be random at the end. Here is a Tigers leader card featuring Lou Whitaker and Jack Morris.
The Astros, Phillies, Royals. You just gave me. I'll just go into Astros and Phillies again.
Okay.
Those Royals were not purchased.
There's Lou Piniella going to the Yankees. And Bill Buckner for the Cubs. And active career batting leaders for the Pirates, Bill Madlock. And 1983 batting leaders between the Pirates and the Red Sox, Bill Madlock and Wade Boggs. There's Goose Gossage for the Yankees. And Bobby Cox for the Blue Jays. And 1983 leading fireman for the Phillies and the Royals, going to the Phillies, Al Holland and Dan Quisenberry. And 1983 highlight between the Yankees, Cardinals, and A's, Dave Righetti, Bob Forsch, and Mike Warren. We have two of those now. All right. Last little stack of vending box number 2. Good luck, everybody. Here's a 1983 stolen base leaders between the Expos and A's, Tim Raines and Ricky Henderson.
Going to the Expos.
There's Jim Palmer for the Orioles. Here's an Indians leader card featuring Mike Hargrove and Larry Sorensen. And an Expos leader card featuring Al Oliver and Charlie Lay. There's Don Sutton for the Brewers. Here's a Tigers All-Star card, Lou Whitaker and Fernando Valenzuela for the Dodgers, and Mike Schmidt for the Phillies, and a Cal Ripken All-Star card for the Orioles. Here's an All-Star card for the Expos, Steve Rogers. All right. That is going to be it for the second vending box. We're going to get to the randoms, and then we will cover the hits. So what do we got to random? How we're going to random it is I'm going to take one dice, and if it's between two teams, We're going to assign a team odd and even, and however the dice comes out, that's the team. If it's between 3 teams, one team will be assigned 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and we will roll a dice. And for the Fleer checklist cards, I will share my screen. We'll go random.org. I will roll a dice before I share my screen. Whatever the dice shows, we'll randomize that list that many times, and that team up top in the first spot will get the Fleer checklist cards. So with that being said, Steve, what do we got?
Phillies and Red Sox.
Is all these ones? Are all these the ones being random right here in front of me?
Yes, but I want to do them one at a time because I got a couple that are written down.
All right. All right. So we'll start off one by one. So we got 83 home run leaders: Mike Schmidt, Jim Rice, between the Phillies and the Red Sox. The Phillies are going to be odd, and the Red Sox are going to be even. I'll roll a dice here. We have a 4 even. That's going to the Red Sox.
The next group I had was Pirates and Red Sox between Madlock and Boggs. We paired them up. So each team gets one.
Okay.
Uh,
This is Denny and Lamar Hoyt, Phillies and White Sox. You good over there?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So the Phillies are odd, the White Sox are even? That's true or false?
Okay, there's a problem. Expos, we had Rains. A's, we had Henderson. We paired that one up also.
Okay, cool.
So that one's done.
Okay.
Now we're in.
All right, so now we're finally back to where we need to be.
Yeah.
83 victory leaders: John Denny, Lamar Hoyt, Phillies and White Sox. The Phillies will be odd, and the White Sox will be even. I have a 6. Even. White Sox. Next up is I have an 83 highlight card: Johnny Bench, Gaylord Perry, and Carl Yastrzemski. This is what? Red Sox because the Royals didn't sell? True or false?
You can do that, yes.
All right, so this will be Red Sox because the Royals didn't sell. The Reds will be odd. The Red Sox will be even. 5. This will be going to the Reds.
And you got the Reds bench.
Yeah. How can we circle? Oh, okay. I have another 83 highlight card between the Yankees, the Cardinals, and the A's.
Just do the Yankees and Cardinals.
Yankees and Cardinals. So the Yankees will be odd. The Cardinals will be even. I got a 5 again. Going to the Yankees. And right here, we have 1983 RBI leaders between the Braves, the Brewers, and the Red Sox. This is a 3-teamer, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the Braves are going to be numbers 1 and 2. The Brewers are going to be numbers 3 and 4. And the Red Sox are going to be numbers 5 and 6 on the dice. So that's how we'll do it here. Good luck. I have a 6. And this is going to the Red Sox. And we actually had 2 of these.
Yes, but they're on 3 teams.
But the A's didn't sell, so it's between 2.
Okay.
So we actually, the 83 highlight card here, we had 2 of them. The A's ended up not selling. So the Yankees got the first one. The Cardinals will get the second one. So it'll be split between the 2 teams. Even, Steven. Anything else we got to do before the checklist? All right, so we are on the checklist. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful checklist cards.
Beautiful green full set.
Oh, they're just beautiful. Can't fathom living without them. I'm gonna roll a dice. That's what we're gonna. How long or how many times we're gonna randomize it? Once. Thank God. All right. So let me just get my screen involved here. Open my screen. Here is the list of teams. 26 teams. We're gonna randomize it once. I'm gonna click randomize, and that is once. Here we go. Going to the Yankees. Going to the Yankees checklists. Congrats on that. Let me drag this here. I'll put that there. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Oh, wait, no, we're going to recap. Duh. We're going to recap.
Basically, just a major Hall of
Yep,
Famers.
just some Hall of Famers that we pulled here. We got Mike Schmidt, Jim Palmer, George Brett, Dave Winfield, Tony Gwynn, Pete Rose, Jim Palmer, Eddie Murray, Mike Schmidt again, Tony Gwynn, Dave Winfield, Jim Palmer, George Brett, and Cal Ripken. So that's going to be a quick highlight / recap of what we pulled. So with that being said, guys, I will close my knife. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you guys again. We're going to be breaking again Friday night. We're going to be doing 2 jumbo hobby boxes of 2020 Bowman. And on Saturday, we're going to have 2 different breaks. Both are going to be 2020 Bowman breaks. Those will be live on the eBay tonight going into tomorrow. So if you want to check us out there, check us out on Facebook, MV Treasures NH Case Breaks. And you can also check us out on Instagram and Twitter at MVTNH Breaks. But like I said, guys, make sure to follow the Facebook. It is the best way to keep updated on what we're going to be breaking, what's coming in, auction reminders, all that fun stuff. The more people we can get to like the video, the more not the video, the more people we can get to like the page, the more shares we can get, the more people we can get involved, the better stuff we can do on Facebook. So we'd like to have some Facebook exclusive stuff. If you guys don't have it, we're still going to be dabbling on eBay and stuff like that, but we'd like to transition some of this stuff into Facebook because it seems like we get a better reach out there. So just make sure to follow us there, guys. We hope to see you guys again. Thank you so much for watching the video, whether you had a team or not. We always appreciate you guys joining us. So, guys, have a great night and stay safe.